sure you've seen the photos from the indictment. I'm sure you've seen the photos from the indictment. Is not the same as saying he didn't. There are classified documents in the bathroom, in a ballroom stage, and classified information that we're talking about, information that the United States shares with its allies, critical information, strewn on the floor. Does that look secure to you?
Again, Dana, the standard is the standard. The President of the United States, he can classify and he can control access to national security information however he wants. That's the standard. That's the Constitution. That's what the court said in Navy versus Egan, a 1988 case. I don't know how many more times I can say it.
Okay,
so if he wants to store material in a box in a bathroom, if he wants to store it in a box on a stage, he can do that. That is just what the law and the standard is. Again, I think this just underscores how political this whole thing is. Jack Smith, I mean, you know how political it is when they selected Jack Smith as a special counsel?
Yeah, no, he can't do that. Nobody is above the law. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. That comes from an interview that Jim Jordan did over this weekend on CNN with Dana Bash. And here's the thing, Jim Jordan is not a licensed lawyer. He is someone who the MAGA Republicans have placed to chair the Judiciary Committee. He does not have a law license. He never took the bar exam, and all of these MAGA Republicans who are trying to provide all this false information and just flood the zone with disinformation. People like Tom Fitton, they aren't even lawyers. They don't know what they are talking about here. And this is so common sense. Donald Trump can't steal government records. He can't steal highly classified records and then just throw them all around on his resort where he bizarrely lives in and then try to deceive the federal government over and over again. These are caught on photographs and text messages. This isn't a dispute about what went on, yet here you have MAGA Republican Jim Jordan up there saying he can do anything he wants and not saying, no, this is a serious issue. It is completely pathetic. Here in this next clip I'm going to show you, Dana Bash asks him, so do you have any evidence at all that Donald Trump actually declassified anything? Because on the audio recordings that now are in the possession of Special Counsel Jack Smith, Donald Trump says he did not declassify the documents, that he was just showing random people about a potential plan for a military attack on Iran, some of the most sensitive documents that exist. And Jim Jordan's like, I just take him at his word. Here, play this clip.
Number two, do you have evidence that the president, when he was president, now former president, actually declassified these documents before he took them?
I go on the president's word, and he said he did, and the Supreme Court said that's what counts. So we can have all the things Jack Smith wants to say, but everyone sees this for the political operation it is. The standard is the standard. I didn't set the standard. The Constitution and the Supreme Court did, and they did it in a unanimous fashion, and it was opinion written by Justice Blackmun. So that's the standard. That's the fact. Jack Smith can write whatever he wants, but this is so political.
And here again, even though there is an audio recording of what took place, let's not actually focus on the facts. Let's not focus on what the indictment actually says with quotes from recordings and actual photographs of what was taking place. Let's just spread lies. Here, play this clip.
He can put it wherever he wants. He can handle however he wants. That's the law. That's the standard. And Jack Smith can do all this 37 different counts or whatever he wants to do, but that doesn't change the standard. The standard that the Supreme Court in a unanimous decision said was that he can classify and he can control access. He has the sole authority.
In this indictment, he states on at least one occasion that he did not declassify the information. When he's showing a document to somebody who doesn't have a security clearance, I might add, he says explicitly that it is classified. He didn't declassify it.
Dana, he has said time and time again he's declassified all this material. This is the most political thing I have ever seen. They have been out to get President. They're indicting President Trump on Tuesday for having material that he declassified that was protected by the Secret Service. And the people who are doing it is the administration, the Justice Department, from his opponent in the upcoming presidential election. I mean, this is as political as it gets. And frankly, Dana, it's part of a pattern. We've seen it time and time again with the president over the last 7 years. They try one thing, then they try another. They've continued to go after him. And I think anyone with common sense can see that.
And here's the thing with Jim Jordan, just such a completely ridiculous person. Here he is, just, you know, in with his shirt and his sleeves all rolled up, just talking over Dana Bash. Here, play this clip.
2016, it was a dossier that they used. They knew it was false. They used it to go get a warrant to spy on his campaign. 2018, it was the Mueller investigation.
Okay.
2020,
they suppressed the
Biden laptop story with the 51 former intel officials. 2022.
Let me stop you right there, sir. First of all, I want to go back to just one of the things that you
said. Now they're indicting him before the 2024 presidential race.
July 21st.
Every single election, they've done something.
On July.
Here in this next clip, Jim Jordan repeatedly insists to Dana Bash that Donald Trump declassified everything, even though Trump himself says he didn't, on audio recordings that exist. Play this clip.
It says, and the commander-in-chief, the president of the United States, has the ability to classify and control access to information. That's what the Constitution and the court have said. So you can't obstruct when you can't obstruct when there's no underlying crime. He is not the president of the United States. That is the fundamental flaw.
If you, and you're just taking him at his word.
When he was president, he declassified the material.
He says point blank.
He says
point blank on tape, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't. He says in his own words, it's on tape as part of this indictment that he did not declassify the material. Therefore, it is classified.
Saying he could have is not the same as saying he didn't.
He said now I can't.
He has declassified this material. He said that meant now he can't, right, because he's not president now, but when he was president, he did declassify. He said that.
Which means that what he was holding was classified.
No, not if he declassified it when he was president of the United States, for goodness sake.
But he's saying point blank in this audio tape that he did not declassify it. What you're saying just doesn't make sense on its face.
This is what this truly is, Dana, is an affront to the rule of law. It's an affront to consistent application of the law. You had Secretary Clinton, who had classified material on a server. She was not president of the United States. She was Secretary Clinton. You have that happen. Nothing happens to her. When you have two people who do the same thing, and one has the standard that I've talked about, but the only one who gets indicted is the Republican. The only one who gets indicted is the one who was actually president, who did it the right way. Oh my goodness. That is what the American people see.
And then more of these MAGA Republicans gave interviews over the weekend. This is Lindsey Graham just starting to yell at George Stephanopoulos during one of the weekend interviews that Lindsey Graham did, simply because George Stephanopoulos was not allowing Lindsey Graham to try to duck the question. Play this clip.
Donald Trump has said repeatedly that he did nothing wrong. Do you believe that?
Well, here's what I believe. We live in an America where if you're the Democratic candidate for president, Hillary Clinton, Secretary of State, you can set up a private server in your basement to conduct government business. And when an investigation is had about your activity, no, let me finish.
But you didn't answer the question.
That was ridiculous. Well, yeah. I'm trying to answer the question from a Republican point of view. That may not be acceptable on this show.
Like, I know their reaction to everything is Hunter Biden this, Hunter Biden that, Hillary Clinton this, Hillary Clinton that. It's just getting old. I mean, it's completely and utterly, asinine that they go back to this over and over again. Here, George Stephanopoulos says, look, there's an audio tape of Trump saying that he knows this is secret information. What's your response? And you'll see. Lindsey Graham's like, I'm not saying it's okay, but Hillary Clinton. Here, play this clip.
There is an audio tape of Donald Trump saying he knows this is secret information. He knows he's sharing it with other people. How is that okay?
I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying it's okay to take a hammer to a BlackBerry. I think none of this is okay.
Stephanopoulos keeps hitting the question. Look, I've heard your attack. You're attacking Biden, attacking Hillary Clinton. Are you going to address this issue, and are you still going to support Donald Trump? And Lindsey Graham's like, yeah, of course I'm going to still support him. Here, play this clip.
Sir, I've heard that. I've heard your attack on President Biden and his Justice Department. I've heard your attack on Hillary Clinton. I've heard your attack on Bill Clinton. What I've not heard from you is a defense of Donald Trump's behavior and why you think that's the kind of behavior you want to see in the President of the United States.
I'm not justifying his behavior. If it were up to me, nobody would take classified information.
But you're endorsing him for president of the United States. You're saying he should be president of the United States.
Yeah. I think what's happening here is trying to delegitimize him.
Oh, and then of course here you have Ron Johnson, MAGA Republican from Wisconsin, saying what the real issue here was Donald Trump was so magnanimous when it came to Hillary Clinton. Donald Trump is the reason that Hillary Clinton was not prosecuted, which is totally false. They lie about everything. And so Ron Johnson is criticizing President Biden for not being lenient on Donald Trump, even though President Biden has nothing to do with this. This is insanity. Play this clip.
About precedent breaking. President Ford decided it was best for America not to pursue prosecution against President Nixon. President Trump pretty much made the same decision, decided not to pursue any kind of prosecution of Hillary Clinton. Joe Biden could have made the exact same decision, but he didn't. He allowed a SWAT raid on a very secure residence of President Trump over federal records, even though he was holding classified records himself.
I'll just show you this last clip. This is Republican Nancy Mace, and she claims not to be a MAGA Republican. She claims that she's moderate. I mean, this was the individual who was in front of Trump Tower during the midterm saying, I love you, Donald Trump. Please endorse me. You're the greatest. So I think you're a MAGA Republican. But here she's going on Fox saying that President Biden wants to give Donald Trump the death penalty. Here, play this clip.
It's the day we got access to the SARS reports. Alvin Bragg indicted Trump in New York. The day that we got access to this 1023 form showing bribery between Joe Biden and Hunter Biden in Ukraine, they indict Donald Trump again. Every time the Oversight Committee has evidence of corruption, bribery, money laundering on the Biden family, they indict Donald Trump. And whether you agree with Donald Trump politically or not, most of America sees this for what it is. It's weaponizing the executive branch to take out your political enemies. And look, Joe Biden wants to give Donald Trump a death sentence for documents. He's facing hundreds of years for mishandling documents, and they want him to die in jail. And yet Hillary Clinton's standing free today. She's bragging about the two-tier system of justice, raising money off of it, but her emails. Joe Biden has classified documents. He mishandled them as vice president. Mike Pence mishandled classified documents as well as vice president. So all these people are held to a different standard except for Donald Trump. And I think people see it for what it is today.
I want to show you how these MAGA Republicans respond and what they are saying. And then go back to the videos where we talk about the very detailed criminal indictment. It has photographs, it has text messages. By the way, the photographs are taken not from the FBI or the DOJ. They're taken from Donald Trump's employees and one of his co-defendants way before the Department of Justice and FBI ever arrived on the Mar-a-Lago property. These photographs that Donald Trump says, oh, the FBI took him. No, Walt Nauta took him. Your own employee took the file. Okay? It's lie after lie. And look, and if at the end of the day you're on the fence about these issues, just go and read the indictment and then listen to what they're saying. Like, truly, facts do matter. And I'm not here to say President Biden's right about everything or, woo-ha, Democrats are the greatest at every single thing they do. I'm really not. But we gotta be in a fact-based world and not in this MAGA Putin-like propaganda world that's just feeding lie. Let's just break it down. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. Check us out on Patreon. Look, we're on our way to 1.5 million subscribers on our YouTube channel. Pretty good, thanks to your support. So hit subscribe here, and you can also check us out wherever audio podcasts are available. Just search MeidasTouch Podcast, and have a great day.
Lock him up! Indictment season is upon us. Celebrate with the new Indictment Season t-shirt and v-neck exclusively at store.meidastouch.com.